Commons, I should be able to talk about the Surrender Bill and the Surrender Act in the way that I did.
But some MPs feel militaristic language feeds the abuse and menace, peppering placards and shouts on the street.
But the concern that many of us have is that there is a deliberate strategy of division and confrontation.
Shocked MPs have spent today conducting a post-mortem into how last night's Commons debate descended into such rancour and anger.
It's a disgrace!
He should be absolutely ashamed of himself.
I've never heard such humbug in all my life.
An MP concerned about death threats mocked by the Prime Minister. All part of an evening in the Commons last night when things seemed to turn darker. The anger was frothing and the provocation, for some, intolerable.
The best way to honour the memory of Joe Cox would be, I think, to get Brexit done.
Yesterday, the House did itself no credit. There was an atmosphere in the chamber worse than any I've known in my 22 years in the House.
Many MPs, including some Conservatives, have blamed Boris Johnson for using divisive language. There was fury when he said the concerns of female MPs about their safety was humbug. This evening, the Prime Minister has said he deplores threats to MPs, but he insisted that he should be able to describe the law which will force him to ask for an extension to Brexit if he can't get a deal as the Surrender Act.
He's not the only MP thinking they might be being set up for a brittle general election campaign.
They are specifically ramping up an election campaign. They have designed it, they've tested it, they will have polled it. That is specifically to create division and fear.
And we will be, you know, in People versus Parliament, we will be the poster boys and girls of Parliament, of this awful place that's trying to frustrate the people's will.
I totally deplore any threats to anybody, particularly female MPs. And a lot of work is being done to stop that and to give people the security that they need. Okay. But I do think it's important that in the House of Commons I should be able to talk about the Surrender Bill and the Surrender Act in the way that I did.
And there's concern that a Tory strategy to set voters against the political class and its institutions could end badly.